I beg you to help me find the answer to this question because it's 2 a.m. in the morning. I just got back from the party. I will not be able to fall asleep unless I will understand why. Why, when a man is so successful, good looking, women are jumping on him. The stuff that you see in the public, especially in the cities like New York, Miami, that women do with men that are good looking and wealthy, they don't even need to speak. Women jump on them. But women that are incredibly gorgeous, good looking, self sufficient, godly, why are they the most single women on this planet Earth? I never see a dream-like looking woman in public chased by men. But I see so many men that are good looking and somehow wealthy chased by enormous amount of girls. And honestly, disappointing and sad to see what they do in public. Why?
I listen. I don't want to be that guy, but it sounds like you weren't chosen tonight, and that's okay. But I think it's a facetious argument when you say you don't see women being chased by men, or just women being chased by men. Men absolutely fawn over them. You don't even have to go out into the public. Really, you can just open up social media. You look at a picture, and then in the comment section, men, right, from all walks of life. Well, not all walks of life, but you know, you look at the prevalence of OnlyFans. Why is that such a thing? Because men are fawning over women. You see it all the time. So when the reverse happens, which I'm gonna call into question, because women don't often move like that outside of celebrities and people with mega status. You know, like a Chris Brown concert. Yeah, women will line up for that. But for a regular successful guy, most women don't know who he is until you have that conversation, unless he's that much in the spotlight, but by then he's already moved in celebrity status. If you want to compare celebrity statuses to what happens to regular regular people, it's never going to be the same thing. And more to the point, men don't really see women the way you see women. Women will often, what I mean by that, women will often say they see so many or they have so many girlfriends that are so great, so godly, so perfect, so innocent, so everything. They're the best women on the market and they're single. But you don't know them as they relate to men. You don't see them, you don't talk to them critically, you don't look at their flaws at all. You just see them just to make this argument saying they're so amazing. Why they're single? It's got to be a male problem. Before we do a deeper dive into this one, hit that like button, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss new uploads. Still doing two a day. If you're just seeing this video, you know you subscribe. Shout out to you. Then it's your notification bell. I repeat this every video because I have close friends, that say, I thought you stopped making videos. And I was surprised to say I've got a lot to catch up on to notification bell. It just, heck YouTube does what it does. But back to this video. When we see this, I won't almost kind of like it's a foolish take. You don't see, or you don't understand why men aren't fawning over women when you absolutely know that is the case. But if you want to do, apples to oranges, you want men to trail over these beautiful, gorgeous women that they already do. But in the same sense that because it's so weird for you to see women fawning over a man. Okay. It just, where do you take that? Where do you try to understand that? The qualities that you list for why men will be fawning over women, all these things about them being godly, them career driven, all these things, they're so unimportant to men, right? You don't have to be the end all be all, the highest echelon of women for men to go Google Gaga over you. You just have to look good, right? That's why you often see other videos or other stories where women will complain that he worked so hard to get my attention, and then when he had it, he just ghosted. He didn't care. That's because, yeah, he's working hard to get your attention, and then he got to know you, or got to learn more about you, and realize that consummate level of attention wasn't consumer with what you were, with who you are, because you can look a certain way and be complete opposite. We have that beauty bias where we assume that people that are beautiful are inherently better, are good, are more innocent, right? Or more productive. They're just better people. But reality sets in when you were doing your due diligence, and you go and talk to them. You say, "Hey, let's let's talk. Let's see where things are. I see who you are. I see what it's about." And I find out it's not that. So keeping it superficial, right? Like as she's talking about for tonight, helping her understand why this happened. Women will fawn over a man because they understand, or at least those that get it understand that this is a rarity, a rare commodity. Him being attractive, him being successful, him being eligible, him being in that same sort of space. So you would expect there to be competition, but we often hear women say they refuse to compete for a man, as if, and I get why, because that male attention seems so ubiquitous. It's everywhere. You've had it since you were, probably too young, and it's continued that way forever. So if this man won't, the next man will. But when reality starts to set in, and you get to realize that not all attention is created the same, not attention from man A who's been that took the time to make something themselves is not the same as the guy that's in your DMs for the last 3 years talking to himself. It's the same like, it's the same heart, right? But it's not the same man. It's not the same quality of attention. But when we start moving away from just the quantity to quality, once you find quality, you have to go all hands on deck. And I think for women, sometimes that's not an obvious thing. And I say this, and I mean to say, women don't really have game in the sense that they have to go out and be attractive to a man beyond the physical appearance, right? As in, a man has to, even if he has to pass the minimum physical looks requirement, and then he has to talk himself into anything further. It's akin to you simply walking up to a woman and you're buying time by what you're saying, right? Maybe the opening line or something I said, how I introduced myself, bought me 25 seconds, right? Then the next thing, the next banter, maybe the banter bought me 30 seconds. And each increment maybe buys me a little more time, but it's a tightrope, it's a razor's edge. You could walk away and say, yeah, I said the wrong thing, or I didn't say this, or that right. That's that's how sometimes difficult it is navigating it for a man. Women often don't have that same type of trial and error skill built up over time. So when you do meet a man, you don't know how to get his attention further outside of the looks. So in her case, what she's saying, sees a bunch of women simply following and fawning over this guy, willing to do that, because you don't have any higher joker to play. If the looks didn't do it, what else is supposed to? You don't really have much. So it'll look weird. It'll look weird inside because you don't really see women facing men openly outside of Chris Brown, outside of Usher, outside of these mega celebrities. You don't really see that. So you're saying you see this in Miami and Florida, these expensive places. You will know a man's there that has the means. And if women are saying, okay, this may be my one shot to be around this sort of person, and I have that person in my purview, in my vicinity, you're gonna have to do what you have to do to get that person's attention. And sometimes it doesn't look cute, sometimes it doesn't look smooth because you're just out of practice. It's out of practice. But fundamentally, it it's different. It's a different game that we're both playing. Men understand it. Because men have to be the pursuers of women. But when men are fawning over women, it's primarily for looks first. It's not about their character. It's not about their success. It's not about the accolades because you can't see that. And when we're honest with ourselves and how attraction works, male and females, first for males is always going to be physical. Women are also physical. It's just branding wise, they make it seem like that's not the most important thing. And it very well may not be, but it becomes a factor. And some stuff you're seeing more today yeah, how he looks is also important. There is, again, a minimum physical sort of attractiveness that a man has to meet before a woman's going to continue to engage with him. You see it all the times when women are saying, I date men that meet him ugly. Because hopefully the other characteristics they have will make up for that, will be worth it, right? He's medium ugly, or he's ugly and fat, but he's rich. We see that combination over and over again. Shout out to the guys that learn to develop a sense of humor, learn to carry a conversation because God didn't give her both hands, and they're not they're not the most lookers. But this is just normal dating strategies. Nothing for her to lose sleep over. And I don't think you're actually losing sleep over. I was just losing sleep over that you weren't chose. And that's part of dating. That happens to each and every one of us. But if you think I missed something, let me know down in the comments below. Or if you see videos on your screen right now, take a look at those. Let me know what you think. If you listen to sound my voice now, you should probably subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one.